Now it's debate number 2 on our special broadcast. Remember, it was Times Now that first raised some uncomfortable questions when a star-struck Maharashtra government was absolutely undecided on Sanjay Dutt's furlough extension plea. But now, after the uproar, they've finally been forced to reject that plea. As a result, Sanjay Dutt is back in jail.
That's right, but a bitter Sanjay Dutt, upon his return to Yerwada jail, has in fact blamed the media, crying foul and saying that it's the media that's responsible for the fact that his furlough extension plea was rejected. Joining us on this debate are Abha Singh, senior advocate and social activist from Mumbai, Naseer Abdullah, actor, joining us from Delhi, and Asif Bhamla, president of the Bhamla Foundation, live from Mumbai as well. Asif Bhamla, we understand that you believe that Sanjay Dutt is right when he says that he's been, sort of undergone a trial by media this time, and his furlough extension plea has been rejected because of the media, so the media is to be blamed. Is that what you think, Mr. Bhamla?
Of what I understand about Sanjay Dutt, Sanjay Dutt, he got a furlough for 14 days. Obviously, his lawyer asked for an extension, maybe due to health reasons, and I believe the local police station informed the jail custody that he is not eligible for a further extension on the health grounds. As far as the judicial system is concerned, as a citizen or as a person who is known to Sanjay Dutt also, we cannot comment about it because law takes its own course of action. But maybe somewhere down the line he feels, that's Sanjay Dutt, that for the way he is being haunted, for the noise that's been created, there is a lot of attention created, and in a situation like that, wherein he's passing through that phase and point of life, I guess as an actor who is not going through a very positive patch of life, he has made a statement like this, and I am here. Obviously, I would, knowing Sanjay Dutt, I would want to and like to speak in his interest, but these nitty-gritties of the law, whether the parole should be granted to him, because there is a provision in the law wherein he can be
couple of interesting things that you said, and I want to bring in Abha Singh at this point. Naseer Abdullah is also joining us, in fact. Mr. Bhamla, just a second. First, you said on health grounds he wanted his furlough extended. Didn't he attend a premiere of his film PK as soon as he came out of jail? And, of course, in the recent past also, he has been hobnobbing with his friends from the film industry. Second thing, Abha Singh, do you think that he was hunted down or haunted in any way? Because apparently the law says otherwise. He was actually given a few more days of freedom than he was entitled to, wasn't he?
Definitely, he was supposed to be surrendering on 7th. He'd got 48 hours more, and a new term was coined by his lawyers saying deemed furlough. I think they tried to take the nation for a ride, fool the people, because everybody would not know the law. They presumed that neither the media nor the others would be knowing what the truth was, because the law does not talk of deemed furlough. Either you get an extension or you don't get, and his lawyers come and tell on the channel that we got assurances, we got to know from the television that the Home Minister is looking into the application, when very well they know that Rule 13 of the Prison and Furlough Rules 1959 says that only DIG Prisons has the power. He is the sanctioning authority for furlough, and he is the sanctioning authority for extension. So there was an open connivance. It is obvious that the prison authorities and Sanjay Dutt and to some extent the Home Minister have got together and they tried to give him a benefit. But it was the hue and cry raised by the media and the legal fraternity which came out and said that there is no such provision, and Sanjay Dutt action should be taken.
So wouldn't the media ask questions then? Naseer Abdullah, if it does seem that, someone is getting special treatment or preferential treatment due to being a celebrity, should the media not be asking questions? And as a result of those questions, if, protocol is then followed, should the media be blamed?
I don't see why the media ought to be blamed. That is their job. If they're not allowed to do their job, what is the point of the media? And we all know from our past experiences how the media has been so instrumental in ordering things like retrials and all sorts of sort of lapses which have been actually turned a blind eye to, they've been readdressed. So I don't think it can be, they can say that the media is not doing the right thing, etc., because the fact remains if Mr. Sanjay Dutt is getting more than is officially by law due, people have a right to raise the questions. Having said that, what I will say, please then, if you're doing this with Sanjay Dutt, relax the laws with the other inmates who've been maybe arrested for lesser charges, etc. Let them also go and meet their mothers and their grandmothers and their children. What's the big deal? Make sure that they will come back. Make sure that everything will work out. That way, actually, we can imagine that the system is at least reasonably in equal, like a balance to all. At least we can feel that. One person having so much leeway.
What do you think of Sanjay Dutt's,
I can imagine.
What do you think of Sanjay Dutt's statement that if he wasn't a celebrity, so much attention wouldn't be focused on him in the first place? And he thinks that because there's been so much media attention on him, perhaps these issues get highlighted and his plea has been rejected.
I can only say this as a neutral human being. I'm an actor, but mostly frustrated. I haven't done much work. But if he was not a celebrity, he wouldn't have got all these leaves and sanctions and the liberty to be given repeated, the furloughs that he has enjoyed. So
Absolutely.
Let's not forget is the fact that he's a celebrity.
And that is the main point, Mr. Bhamla. Would he have been given these repeated leaves of absence from jail, parole, furlough, special leave, if he had not been a celebrity? He's saying, this is, I'm not being given any VIP treatment, I'm only getting what is my right. But what about thousands of others who make similar applications? The same leniency is not shown towards them.
As I said about the judiciary system, I'm not a lawyer, so I would certainly not comment on that arrangement, actually. But as a responsible citizen, Sanjay Dutt, after he's been within the purview of the jail, and whilst he's been in prison, his conduct has been seen, and it's not that he's a hardcore criminal. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
I'm sorry, he's been convicted under the Arms Act. Abha Singh, Asif Bhamla makes the argument he's not a hardcore criminal. Isn't he a convicted criminal under the Arms Act?
Asif Bhamla makes me laugh. Asif Bhamla makes me laugh. In fact, Sanjay Dutt has got so much benefit of a celebrity status. The arms which were left his house and were stored in Zebunissa's house for overnight, for that she has been charged under TADA, and TADA charges were dropped in Sanjay's case and was only charged under Arms Act because he was politically connected. He was a celebrity, so already he's benefited so much, and after that when he goes to the jail,
in one of the biggest terrorist attacks in the country,
he's out, and the jail authorities bring out a circular. Today we were told that there is a circular this year which says that you can be out till the time your application is being processed. The circular has no validity of a law. I think the jail authorities, if they are responsible, should be suspended. The DIG needs to be suspended. Inquiry needs to be ordered, because they have to be crystal clear, they have to be above board, and law is meant
Mr. Bhamla, respond to that.
Not to be violated as it is being done.
There is a lack of communication,
and to be equal for everyone, Mr. Bhamla,
and the local. And the local police station. Now that is one side of the issue. The other issue that could be here in for discussion is that.
But would that happen in anyone else's case?
Reported? He
wouldn't happen in anyone else's case, Mr. Bhamla. As Abha Singh is saying, it is so obvious that the fact that his plea was being decided upon and therefore he gets an extension of 48 hours, that does not happen to the ordinary man on the street who's been incarcerated for a serious crime.
No, well, it's up to an individual. I mean, parole is there. It's a legal system in the framework of law. It's not that it's not applicable to people involved in an act like this. So it's not beyond that. It's just that maybe there are lot many who are unable to access that arrangement. But as far as Sanjay Dutt is concerned, he's accessing that. But as I again said, the judicial system is something in which for which I cannot comment. Now, it is for Abha to decide whether somebody else is not...
well, he has to accept it. It's the law. He has no other option but to accept it. Final word from Naseer Abdullah. Naseer Abdullah, if anything, this entire episode, do you think, has exposed this cozy club that exists? If you have friends in high places, then you can get away with being given special privileges. And that needs to be done away with immediately.
He reported... Sanjay Dutt reported to the jail. Then it was the jail authorities who have informed him that it is being scrutinized. His parole application has been application has been sent to be scrutinized, and that's why it was not known. So he came back, and the lawyers assured, okay, whenever there is a
no, and he took advantage of it, which is what we're pointing out, because he happened to have a few friends in high places. You had the MOS home suddenly coming in and saying, listen, he doesn't need to go back to jail, he doesn't need to surrender because his application is still being scrutinized. It's for the jail authorities to have taken that call. Why did the MOS home speak out of turn? Do you think it's this kind of nexus which has now been exposed, which must be done away with? Naseer Abdullah, final word.
No, well, about the MOS home, it is for the government to answer. It is for the concerned minister to answer. But as far as
Mr. Bhamla, we are asking Mr. Abdullah to respond to this, please. We just allow Naseer Abdullah to just make the concluding comments on this. Yes, Mr. Abdullah.
Mr. Bhamla, everything you say is okay and cool, and I'm all right with that. The only thing we must remember is that unfortunately Sanjay Dutt, who had a fascination for guns, etc., happened to buy or to procure weapons from the people who had a role in the Bombay blast. Now, he is a very lucky man because through his father, and Mr. Sunil Dutt personally accepted the gratitude and actually was in gratitude of Mr. Bal Thackeray for having absolved him from the more serious crime of being a terrorist or in league with the terrorists. He was only charged for buying arms from these very dangerous sources whatever. So let's be, and they're all very thankful, his family and everything else. So he is a luckier man. It could have been much worse. For example, if it was me, I won't even be seeing my family at all.
And that's what we that is what we've been saying.
But
Sanjay Dutt has perhaps received more luck than others in his position would have. He's received leaves, he's received furloughs, and he almost received an extension of that furlough as well because of those connections and the luck that comes with being a celebrity. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening on debate number 2.